In an ideal world, participants would enter a workshop feeling calm, secure, relaxed, open, and ready to take in new ideas and skills. In the real world, many do. However, it's wise to assume that a number of participants will feel a bit anxious about attending the course, concerned that they might be called on to speak in front of the class, worried that they may not measure up to others in the class, or apprehensive about meeting new people. Some will inevitably be distracted by the thought of work piling up while they're away. Others may wonder why they were sent to this particular training. Is it a reward? A punishment? The first step to being shown the door? So instead of entering the workshop with an open-minded approach to learning, many trainees feel guarded until their experience provides them with positive answers to one or more of three crucial but usually unspoken questions that are frequently on the minds of people entering a training event. Will I be safe? Not be put on the spot or otherwise made vulnerable? Will it be worthwhile? Something I can really use? Will it be reasonably engaging? Or will I be bored stiff? When learners feel unsure of the answers to these questions, they tend to be closed to learning. Their defensiveness is often expressed by being remote and uninvolved, forming exclusive subgroups, questioning the applicability of what's being taught, and so forth. When these anxieties are not diffused, the resulting defensive behavior can transform what was meant to be a positive learning experience into a trainer's nightmare. So without directly addressing the three unspoken questions that are often on participants' minds as they enter a new learning experience, the trainer's friendly manner can create a safe, welcoming climate. And her brief but carefully crafted preview of the course content and its benefits can stimulate the expectation that this might turn out to be a worthwhile use of their time. Then, too, the brisk pace of the opening combined with your somewhat revved-up energy deployed to get the workshop off the ground will undercut the possible expectation that this is likely to be a tedious experience. The way the opening of a workshop responds to participants' unexpressed concerns helps set the tone for what follows. So, in this chapter, we highlight the critical importance of the opening minutes of a workshop. Then we show how to respond indirectly to the unspoken questions mentioned above while covering the usual introductory workshop topics: who the trainer is, who the other participants are, what material will be covered, how the training will be managed. Provide pre-work. Sending pre-work gives participants a head start on learning the workshop material, and pre-work generally helps them get a more specific sense of what the workshop will be about. Pre-work can include reading materials that explain why this training is needed, what will be covered, and what end results are expected. Pre-work can also involve a brief quiz on the subject matter to gauge where participants stand prior to the training, or participants can be asked to list questions they would like answered during the training. Be aware of the lasting effect of first impressions. When you lead a workshop made up of people whom you've never met, be alert to the power of first impressions. If you start off on the wrong foot with a group, it can be difficult to recoup. Researchers at Princeton University found that people make snap judgments about a person's competence, likability, and trustworthiness in less than a second. Furthermore, these first impressions tend to be long-lasting. News analyst David Brooks's survey of research on initial impressions of other people found that these sorts of first glimpses are astonishingly accurate in predicting how people will feel about each other months later. People rarely revise their first impression. They just become more confident that they are right. Thus, when you stand in front of a group for the first time, before you ever say a word, participants will have made an initial assessment of how competent, likable, and trustworthy you are. It isn't fair, but since human nature usually works that way, we do well to take this phenomenon into account when opening a workshop.